Hello, in this video I am going to explain elastic properties of materials which comes under module 2 of VTO syllabus. So here I am going to discuss elastic constants, Hooke's law and Poisson's ratio. Okay, next now I am going to look at elastic properties of materials. So here all bodies get deformed under the action of force. The property by virtue of which it tends to regain its original shape on the removal of deforming forces is called elasticity. If the body retains its altered shape, then it is said to be perfectly plastic. Now let us discuss about what is stress. It is nothing but the force applied on a body per unit area of normal cross section. Next, strain. Strain is the fractional deformation produced in a body when it is subjected to a set of deforming forces. Tensile stress. The force act along the length of the body is called tensile stress. The tensile stress leads to change in length of the body with respect to the original length. Next, shearing stress. When tangential force act on a body, it undergoes a change in its shape. The tangential force per unit area of cross section is called shear stress. Next, compressive stress. A normal stress is called compressive stress when the body is subjected to compression. Next, let us discuss about strain hardening. It is the process of making a metal harder by plastic deformation. Plastically deformed specimen has a higher yield stress. This effect is termed as strain hardening. So here is a graph platted versus that is platted stress versus strain, and the shape of the curve is showing strain hardening after yield point. Strain softening. It is the process of making material softer because of applying deformation. For certain materials such as concrete or soil, the stress strain curve will be typically as shown in the figure. The curve will have negative slope here soon after the elastic region. Next, Young's modulus. It is denoted by symbol capital Y. The ratio of the longitudinal stress to linear strain within the elastic limits is called Young's modulus. So Young's modulus Y is equal to longitudinal stress by linear strain. So that is equal to F by A divided by X by L. That means force per area and change in length to the original length. So after calculation, we are going to get Y is equal to FL by AX, so many Newton per meter square. Next, bulk modulus denoted by symbol K. The ratio of the compressive stress to the volume strain within the elastic limits is called bulk modulus. Bulk modulus is equal to compressive stress by volume strain, that is K is equal to F by A by V by A, V by V. So here small v is change in volume, capital V is the original volume, and the corresponding pressure is equal to F by A. So finally the bulk modulus K is equal to PV by small v, so many Newton per meter square. Rigidity modulus, that is denoted by symbol small n. The rigidity modulus is the ratio of the tangential stress to the shearing strain. The rigidity modulus n is equal to tangential stress divided by shearing strain, that is equal to F by A by X by L, that is nothing but FL by AX, so many Newton per meter square. Here the force acting tangentially per unit area of the surface of a body. In this case, the elongation strain plus compression strain will be equal to theta by 2 plus theta by 2, that is equal to theta. Next, let us concentrate on what is Hooke's law. Hooke's law states that strain is proportional to the stress producing it within a elastic limit, that is stress is proportional to strain, or stress by strain is equal to a constant denoted by symbol capital E. Corresponding to the three types of strain, we have three elastic modulus, that is Young's modulus, bulk modulus and rigidity modulus. Next, let us discuss about longitudinal strain coefficient denoted by symbol alpha. The longitudinal strain produced per unit stress is called longitudinal strain coefficient. Let capital T be the applied stress. The corresponding longitudinal strain will be x by L. And hence we can write alpha is equal to x by L divided by T, or alpha is equal to x by T into L. So the extension produced is given by x is equal to TL alpha. Next, lateral strain. If a deforming force acting on a wire produces a change d in its diameter when the original diameter is capital D, then lateral strain is equal to small d by capital D. Lateral strain coefficient denoted by symbol beta. The lateral strain produced per unit stress is called lateral strain coefficient. So beta is equal to small d by capital T into D. Okay. So here capital T is stress applied. Next, Poisson's ratio denoted by symbol sigma. Within the elastic limits, the ratio of lateral strain to the longitudinal strain is a constant and is called Poisson's ratio. So sigma is equal to lateral strain by longitudinal strain. That is equal to small l into d divided by x into capital D. So finally beta by alpha can be written as ld by xd. So if we compare both those two expressions, we can write sigma is equal to beta by alpha as per the equations observed. Now let us discuss about what is the relation between yn and k in terms of alpha and beta. So we are having derived expressions, that is y, that is Young's modulus y is equal to 1 by alpha, and bulk modulus that is k is equal to 1 by 3 into alpha minus 2 beta, and then the rigidity modulus n is equal to 1 by 2 into alpha plus beta. Thank you.